And welcome to Chart of the Day Cafe for Tuesday, January 24th, 2017. Read our disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks is a high level of risk, and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice, not making any recommendations, always for your further homework. Buddy, hope you had a great weekend. It is Tuesday and day 2 of the Trump presidency. It's going to be really interesting to see how the market reacts in the days and weeks ahead. So with that, let's get into today's video. Regular viewers well know that we always start our videos off with a look at the Russell Index, and for that we use the IWM, which is the ETF that represents the Russell 2000. And we step back to take a look at it on a 5-year monthly time frame. We were paying particular attention to this light blue shaded line that offered resistance over here in 2015, but our candle for the month of November went right through that blue line with volume. December had a little more indecision, and here's where we are right here right now for the month of January so far. We are keeping an eye on this little wedge pattern. Difficult to see on the big chart, but when I move it into the smaller time frame, you'll be better able to see it. So let's go to the 1-year weekly. It's this triangle wedge pattern that the Russell's trading in that is oh so interesting. So here's our orange area of support, our trend line. We've got this little orange area marking our gap, but it's way down here, so a long ways below. There's the bigger long-term area of support that goes back all the way on that big chart. But let's zoom into this area right here where we are right here right now. So let's move it from the weekly to the daily. We're looking at the 6-month daily. There's the same area of support, and look where we had a doji on the close of yesterday. Let me zoom in. You can see it was indecision and it was sitting right at our trend line. So today is going to be interesting to see if we get follow through up and over our trend line offering support, or whether we go through. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye. But with price on the Russell trading below the 8-day EMA, we use this blue line, which is the 8-day EMA, as our guide. We will not be putting any new charts forward. So anything below the 8-day on the Russell, and we just stop, take a pause, and wait to see price strength resume and prices moving higher. Not sure if they will or not, but that's what we're going to wait for. A couple of other ETFs that I think are worth keeping an eye on in this area. The financials, sitting at this area of support, and a couple of them are looking a little bit perky. Goldman Sachs, for instance. Not a Chart of the Day Cafe pick, but a reflection of the financials and forming some dojis that would suggest that it may want to resume the uptrend. So let's go back to that ETF. We're keeping an eye on the financials, or at least I am here. The other one is IYT, the transports. This is that area of support, minor support on the daily chart, but it's kind of looking as though if we have a strong day today, the transports may want to resume that trend higher. We will see. The other one is XLE, which is energy, at this area of support, consolidated for a long time if you want to take a look at the longer term chart. So here's the 9-month. Spent a lot of time below our orange area of support, then moved higher, and sitting right here right now. Interesting area. So let's zoom it in again. And finally, the last one is XLY, consumer discretionary. Moved out of my wedge and looked perky yesterday, volume coming in. So I'm showing you these. If the IWM, which is the Russell, has a doji and is sitting in an area of support, these are ones I would watch to as per a hint in what direction the Russell may take. So consumer discretionary showing strength yesterday is a little bit encouraging. You always want to see follow through, but that's one to keep an eye on for sure. So not putting any new charts forward this morning, but wanted to flag a couple for you that might be worth keeping an eye on here should the Russell break out of that wedge and move higher. Before I get into them, though, I wanted to apologize for my sound issues. I think you can hear a little bit of a shh sound in the back of some of my videos. I apologize for that. I finally figured out it's my fan. My computer will overheat and the fan goes into overdrive, so I'm learning to turn my computer off and cool it down before I put these videos out, so I apologize for that. So the two that I wanted to flag for you, the first one is Darden Restaurants, DRI. And I've checked the scores on these two this morning. They're still where we want them with that nice value score and nice growth score for Chart of the Day Cafe. Darden has a current dividend yield of 3.07%. We put it forward here. We're looking at the 2-year weekly chart. It kind of consolidated for a little while longer and then took off. It's trading in a very interesting pattern here. Let me pull it away from the weekly to the daily so you can better see how price is behaving. So it's kind of trading flat, but should the market continue higher, wouldn't be too surprised to see Darden have a strong day. So just giving you the heads up on it. The next one is NetEase. It's an old Chart of the Day Cafe pick going back a very long way. So I'm going to go back to the 5-year weekly chart for this one. We initially flagged it here. We flagged it again here, had a little uptrend. We flagged it here, and I am going to reiterate it here where it's trading now. This is a Chinese internet provider. Alibaba, which is also a Chart of the Day Cafe pick, announced earnings. The market liked them. It looks as though Alibaba is going to gap up this morning. NetEase is in the same space. It's moving off of this base. Should it have a reasonable day, it might be one to keep an eye on. NetEase also has a dividend yield currently of 1.26%. So just flagging this one for you again here. With that, I will leave you. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll put our next video out on Thursday. Thanks very much.